Alright, today we're going to be working on a Bestier desk. And I've got lots of plans for this thing. Let's go ahead and get this flipped over and opened up. Here we go. Let's see what this thing has to offer. Of course, packing. Everybody loves that. More packing. We have our assembly instructions. Alright, well, I'm going to get these things unboxed, laid out, and we'll start putting this together. Alright, so here are all of our parts that are lined out. The first step is going to be putting some feet onto these. Let's go ahead and get that started using the included bag of hardware. It does come with a tiny wrench. They do recommend the use of the power tool because there's going to be a lot of screws here. Let's go ahead and get these opened up. All right. Now let's get these feet on. All right, our next step is going to have these boards placed here. Now, there's two of them, and the great thing is they do give you options. This one is a fixed position. You have to put this one at the bottom. But the second one, there are three pre-drilled slots for whatever your use case will be. So I'm going to go ahead and get those bolted in. And it does recommend a power drill, but it does come with an Allen key. I was worried about that, but I ended up finding that. All right, I went ahead and went with the center one right there to give me the most flexibility. I might adjust that later. Next up, these two large ones are going to go right here. And again, pre-drilled holes. These crossbars, very, very, very similar. 8 and 7. So 8's going to go up here. Again, we have a choice. The next section is going to be a bit on the larger side. So I'm going to move a couple things around here. Get this out of the way. All right. And what we're going to have next is the main desk surface supports. And they're going to go right here. All right, and remember the partner to the other small rod? Well, that's going to go at the bottom of this one. All right, so the desk is really starting to take shape. Our next step is this side pouch thing. We're going to get this open, and it's going to be attached on this side over here. All right, our next step is the main desk body being bolted to the crossbars right here. Oh, no, I had that backwards. There are a couple of bolts right here and a recess here for them to fit into. There we go. Let's get that bolted on now. Okay, here comes to my favorite part of this build. Now, with most desks, you either buy one with the extra shelving and hutch on the right side, or it's over here on the left side, and whatever you buy is what you get. They thought about that, and there are two sets of instructions. Do you want your hutch on the right side, or do you want the hutch on your left side? And they, from here forward, the instructions change just a little bit, so that way you can get this oriented the way you want. The main difference is, if the hutch is on the right-hand side, these crossbars are going to have to be on the back towards the wall, because you can't sit with those. And the same is true over here. Now, I want my hutch on the left, so right now I'm looking at the back of my desk, or what will be my desk, and I'm going to put these crossbars in and follow these instructions down this line. The next step is going to be installing this top shelf up there. Now, this is where the LED strip comes in, and I'm going to want the wire, since I'm looking at the back of my desk, hanging off closer to me. I'm going to go ahead and mount this up. All right. One special note, the wire to the LEDs needs to run on this side of the bar. You don't want to pinch it between the plate and this. Next step, those lovely crossbars I was talking about. Again, we're looking at the back of mine, so we're going to be installing these here, right like so. Back when those are done. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing set up now. And again, this is the back. And let's get this moved up against a wall. Here we go. Alright, there we see the desk mostly assembled. There's a few pieces left here, and these are going to be your decorative elements that came with it. So I do like these little magnets that it comes with, just for holding up notes or whatever the case may be. And those just to tack on right here. And there's also an included small hook for hanging extra cords or your hat or whatever. Right there. And one last touch is going to be the power supply to the USB. So here it is. There's several different modes here, and it terminates in a standard USB-B output. So you can use whatever charger you already have on hand to go ahead and provide some power to this. Being very careful to connect that. And actually, let me see if I can get a power supply for that, see what that looks like. Alright, here we can see the LED effects. The controller here has several different options for color changing or mode selection, and even the speed in which you will cycle through your different options. So lots of party options here. There we go.